There we
Yeah, I
go.
see.
And we're still young, right? We're still young. Many of
Come
us
on.
have been in, especially those that have been in the crypto space for a while, being in programs and things like that. We have that mentality of, okay, let's make some money right now. Let's make some money right now, real fast and quick, right? Well, this particular platform has shown extreme positivity over the last 4 months, right? We've seen a tremendous amount of success. And what I really look at is we've seen values go up, we've seen values come down. However, we're still viable. And that's probably the wrong adjective to use because we're more than viable in the sense that as more people come in, and even if they're trickling in, right? The people that are here, the people that are under the sound of my voice right now, listening in, continuing to use the platform, continues to help support and sustain it. But we all still have access to our assets at all times, and we don't have to wait or worry. And I don't know about most of you. I'm pretty sure this is a safe comment that I'm about to make. I doubt very seriously if anybody laid down last night wondering if the website was going to be here tomorrow.
It's a beautiful feeling.
If you've been in the crypto space for a while,
Yeah.
you know what that feeling is like. This platform is kind of calming in that sense. But at the same time, it's like anything else. Fast money in, fast money out.
Yeah.
I look at this from a long-term mindset. Long-term mindset. But it gives me right now access. But if I'm personally contributing to the ecosystem on a daily basis, and that can be done by anybody in multiple ways. One, just by being incentivized myself to go out and submit my physical activity on a daily basis, I'm feeding the ecosystem, but I'm benefiting from it. You and I can both know a gentleman, he always says this, an even swap ain't no swindle. And he uses
Yep.
that vernacular with it. Even
He
swap
does.
is not a swindle.
Right.
So anytime you're building something to last, it has to have a foundation. And when you look at token prices and they shoot to the roof, right? You have to think in the back of your mind, if you're here just to make money, or if you're here even for long term, if the price of a token shoots straight to the moon, it has to have something backing it or that's behind it, right? And we've heard Miss Lynette break this down a couple times over the last month when we start talking about a fluid liquidity pool. So when price shoots straight to the moon real fast, because there's a small number of tokens that are being distributed on a daily basis, and you get a high price real fast, the way this is structured, you may not have the liquidity to maintain it at that level yet because you don't have the people to feed the ecosystem to maintain that price. But we're starting to see, yes, we've gone up to $100, we've come down, and we've what I consider to be stabilized. Stabilized. We've had this conversation, Ken. If I told you you could, and this will be a homework assignment for those that are interested in looking at these numbers, because I don't have it written out to show on a slide. If I told you that there was a place that you could go and get a 10% return on your money consistently, and you didn't have to wait to access what you was earning. And when I say 10%, a 10% a month. If you go back, and I know here in the US, and it's probably consistent around the world, and it's going to range depend on what source you go look at. But the average retirement account, IRA, or whatever, I say average, is going to fall somewhere between 8% and 14% per year return. And here we're talking about a project. Take away all the other things that you're accustomed to and the type of returns that you may like or want to see or whatever the case is. Just look at it from the standpoint of where can I go and get a consistent 10% return on that which I pull out that I worked hard for and put in it and chose to inject it into something that would yield me a return. First of all, you're getting an asset that has value. That's number one. And then two, that asset, because you own it, you're not investing in anything but yourself. You're purchasing an asset. No different than a lawn guy buying a lawnmower. But if he keeps that lawnmower in his garage and doesn't go out and cut any grass, he makes no money. So if you buy a miner and you put forth the physical activity, you're able to earn. If you don't move and submit it, you don't earn anything. But the size of the mower that you have determines how much grass you can cut and how fast between that person with a push mower and that person with a riding lawnmower, a mover or a Titan or anywhere in between. But where can you go and get a 10% return consistently and lay your head down at night and not worry about whether the site's going to be there the next day? Think about that. And then you go and do the math. But when you do the math, I want you to do the math honestly by asking yourself, am I putting forth the physical activity necessary to maximize this platform? And that doesn't mean you have to do 20,000 steps a day, walk 10 miles a day. It doesn't mean that. It means, am I putting forth enough effort, any effort beyond what I normally do on a daily basis to make a positive impact, not just on in my financial realm, but from a physical perspective? Because this is a fitness app. It's a fitness app. It's here to help improve your overall well-being. And I think oftentimes we lose sight of that component. And I believe it is as important, if not more important, than the financial aspects. And I'm letting Miss Arden in right now. So you can stop me at any time, Miss Arden, and go right ahead and take over. But again, this particular platform is if you do the math, you will see that the 10% that I'm talking about is very, very conservative. The numbers are much greater than that. We have that ability with this platform. And as more and more people around the world become knowledgeable of this platform, because it doesn't take everybody, there's billions of people around the world. Right now, we have less than 6,000 people in this platform. Do you believe that there's 100,000 people in the world that would see this the same way that you do? For those of you that are listening, that are engaged in the platform, that believe and understand the structure of what has been put together, do you believe that globally that there's 100,000 people somewhere in the world that would think the same way you do? And the only thing that's missing is that they know about it. I believe that there are, and whether it happens today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year, I'm committed to this project because I believe those numbers will come. And as they come, we will see the value of the assets within this ecosystem continue to rise. But the beautiful part about it is we're still earning daily right now, and we have access to it right now. So we don't have to wait for that to actually happen. But for those that choose to wait, that truly believe that what I'm saying is possible, and more importantly, probable, and decide to hold on to your assets and or acquire or accumulate more assets between now and then will be able to reap the rewards of that when that actually transpires. And right now, not sure if she's going to mention anything about that this evening, but when the leasing comes into fruition within this platform, for those of you that are here right now that have actually purchased miners and that are mining and that believe what I just got through saying, to be able to now share with people around the world that they can actually start participating with very little capital outlay and start mining and earning from their physical activity on a daily basis, whether they're testing the platform out or whether they just don't have the financial resources to engage at this time, whether they're skeptical of crypto and don't want to put anything at risk. It doesn't matter the reason. But for them to then be able to step in and start mining with whether it be all eight Vanguards, eight Explorers, or eight Titans, it doesn't matter what. But for them to be able to step in with little, I won't say no money, but little money out of pocket to then start earning, how many more people do you think will gravitate to this ecosystem? I believe it'll be quite a few. And as long as the people in this community choose to share it with other people, we'll get there faster. Not if we will get there, we'll just get there faster during the process. So, Ms. Arden, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can share whatever it is you want to share this evening with the community, ma'am.
Alrighty, alrighty. Can you guys hear me good?
Loud and clear. Go right ahead.
As long as I don't move away from my computer, right? Because then I start to fade away. So hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving. How was everybody's holiday weekend? Hopefully it was great.
Great, great.
Awesome. Yeah, going to what you were saying, we're coming up on the holidays and the leasing, we're just doing some final testing on it tonight. So we're very confident that this is going to go live this week, which is great. And so I'm not going to really speak on that too much tonight, because really what I wanted to share with everybody was kind of give you updates on the liquidity. But I also kind of wanted to, I think that, we all focus on this as a crypto project. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is, of course, I know I'm going to be, what do you want to call it? I'm obviously going to think it's the best project that's on the planet. But honestly, if you really evaluate this project, we are the shit. Like, seriously, there's nothing that can touch this. I mean, you got to think about it. I know that some of the community is like, wow, we were at over $100 in market value of the token. And, it's at $13. But if you go look at all of the crypto projects on the market today, we only listed July 21st. And we have less than 5,000 people submitting. Now we have more than 5,000 people in our community, but when the token market value went down, then we had, a couple thousand people that are not submitting, which that's great for all of you because that means it increased the amount of MoveQuest that you're actually getting right now. So it kind of, it's a personal decision that everybody makes. That's the great thing about decentralization, right? If you guys submit, you claim. If you don't submit, there's nothing for you to claim. But if you don't submit, it gives more to other people who are submitting, who will be claiming. But so you got to think about things, like if you look at what this project has done in less than 4 months, and I'm gonna share my screen real quick with you guys. Here, let me see here. All right, let me pull this back over. I've always got like 100 pages open. Yeah, let me bring this out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to share with you guys where we're sitting at with the liquidity, because I think that this is really important. And I'm really excited about this. When I start running the numbers again and making sure, everything is, all the algorithms are working right and everything is still on target and everything we created is actually, still lining up with what we started building over 3.5 years ago. Our liquidity pool right now has got 56,572 MoveQuest to $741,000 of USDT. Now, when we first listed the token, we started out with 100,000 MoveQuest. It's on another calculator, sorry. 100,000 MoveQuest to $100,000. So it started at $1. And we're down to, at one point, it was ranging about 18 to 19,000 MoveQuest that was in that pool because either through the evolution or from the community, those tokens had been purchased. All of that purchasing, okay, that's what drives the market value up. But then we see this lull because, people are waiting for the new app, or they were waiting for, the ease of the onboarding for the evolution, all these little different reasons that people have to hold off. But do you see how stable it still is? I mean, $13.11, that's nothing to sneeze at. You can go on the market and you're going to have a hard time finding tokens that have only been here for, 4 or 5 months where the community isn't providing the liquidity and watch it stabilize like this. And $13.11, I mean, you guys, that is amazing. I mean, this is a very healthy liquidity pool size for a token at this stage. I mean, and it does support the buy and sell transactions. And you don't see, that significant price volatility. You see when people are buying that it goes up, and it doesn't take a lot to get you up to that $17, $20 mark. But it doesn't take, it takes a lot more really to get you back down to this $13 mark. That means that there's, a couple $100,000 worth of tokens being sold on any given day. So that current market value, that's actually very good. Now, I'm going to show you guys here. This is what we have in total circulation, okay? 446,990 tokens. However, there's 236 of those tokens that are in contracts. These are the contracts. This here is the vault. The max supply of MoveQuest is 21 million. The vault right now is holding 20,553,000 MoveQuest tokens. People have sent 408 MoveQuests back to the MoveQuest contract. We've renounced that, so there's absolutely no way for us to retrieve those. Those are like burned tokens, essentially. They'll never enter the market. They're locked in that contract forever. When you guys unlock your mining dock, let's see, mining dock. Yeah, when you unlock the mining dock, there's 94 MoveQuest in that contract right there. The compensation plan, the one that rewards you guys, so when you share the app and you get an affiliate commission, there's 3,121 MoveQuests in the compensation smart contract. There's 892 currently in the evolution contract. This is the hatchery. Okay. This is awesome. Okay. We are going to be increasing it because 2,500 a day go out in circulation. So we're actually able to increase the hatchery by 2,500 a day. So probably here, once we get off the Zoom, we'll increase it a little bit for those of you that still want to go into that hatchery. It's 133,626 MoveQuest in that hatchery contract. That's awesome, right? Of those, let me see, where did I put my numbers? 367 Lennies will be incubated this week because that's a 7-day wait. So that's going to open up more room in the hatchery for other people to come in, or those of you who want to do it again, you're going to have to claim and then hurry back in and, deposit your MoveQuest because it's a limited amount. That way we keep the liquidity pool healthy. You want to have a healthy balance there. There are 147 ultras that will be incubated and 1,116 alphas. That's amazing. So we're really excited about that because when you put your MoveQuest in the hatchery, that MoveQuest is working for you, but it's also working for the entire community. Why? Because that 133,000 MoveQuest that's in that hatchery, building more miners for you is MoveQuest that's not going to be sold. So these contracts are important when you're looking at that liquidity pool. Now, this is the airdrop distribution contract. There's 42,270 MoveQuest in that contract right now, and 2,500 a day are released. to the mining reward. So whenever you claim those rewards, that's where the MoveQuest is coming from, is from that contract. And then this is the amount of MoveQuest in the liquidity pool. So of the 21 million, there's really no selling pressure from this 20,789,993 MoveQuest, okay, out of the 21 million. Now, that's where that total in circulation comes in at. This is the total in contracts. This is the total that you guys are all holding in your wallets. So what I want to share with you next is why this liquidity, how close it is to being fluid. And I would challenge anybody to go do the research for me, because I don't have time, and find me a project in the crypto space that has a fluid liquidity pool. I don't think it exists. But with that 743,000 in USDT and that 56,000 MoveQuest in that pool is deep enough to handle moderate trading activity. Okay, so it does have a very good liquidity to circulating supply ratio. So this is what actually is stabilizing the market value of this token. You guys may not even realize just how beautiful this pool is matched up to our tokenomics and with our ecosystem. If you take the full 446,000 MoveQuests, so we included all, the ones that are in contracts plus the ones that are in the wallet holders, I mean, that's 12.63% of that MoveQuest that is not in circulation, which you guys are ensuring by doing this that we have sufficient liquidity, we have sufficient MoveQuest in that pool, but by removing those tokens that are just sitting in your wallet, you're making that pool even stronger, because we're looking at the liquidity. What is it going to take to have a fully diluted pool? Meaning everybody could cash out at this price that's holding MoveQuest in their wallets. Okay, that's the first one we're going to talk about. So if you look at the FDV, the wallet holders, it needs $2,753,000. Okay, so to be fluid, we're only 1.2 million short. That's nothing. We already had a liquidity pool of $4 million. It didn't take us no time at all to get there. But people have been selling, and the demand for the token hasn't been there because nobody's really done heavy building like we were. However, that's about to change, because I know that leasing is a big piece. The new app coming out is a big piece. We're coming into the new year. You got your New Year's resolutions. We've got so many things that are in the works that I think you'll really start to see this take off. We currently, right now, the evolution has purchased 259,545 MoveQuest tokens from people who have been evolving. So this is future liquidity. Now, if you take it at the current market value, that MoveQuest that has been purchased is worth $3.4 million. That belongs to the community. That's your liquidity. That's future liquidity. It doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to Herschel or Ken or Brian or anybody else that does these calls. Brandon, nobody. Nobody gets a penny of that. Not the developers, not the designers. It all belongs to the community. It's 100% for liquidity. So that means the community has got a banked MoveQuest balance of $3.4 million. That's not even in the liquidity pool yet. It just needs the USDT to match it. Okay. Now, up here, if you look at where we are sitting currently, you take that 48,432 banked MoveQuest out of this balance here that's in the vault that it's already purchased. It only takes $647,686, and you've got a fluid liquidity pool. And that means that everybody would be able to sell every single one of their MoveQuests and get pretty darn close to that $13.11. Of course, it's going to go down a little tiny bit each time, but it would have all that liquidity in there to support that current market value. Now, these are the MoveQuests that are in the contracts. Okay, it doesn't include the liquidity pool. It only includes the comp plan, the airdrop, and the hatchery. That's it. Okay, because the liquidity pool stays there. They've already been sold, right? They're not being sold again. The evolution is that just adds in MoveQuest. The mining dock, that's for liquidity. And this is gone forever. Okay. So when you look at what's in the contracts, it needs 1.7 million, 1.8 million. That's only 68,000 of the MoveQuest that we already have banked. That's still only 100 and what, 17,000 MoveQuest. You see how much more MoveQuest is still there? And then it needs to be paired to $914,000. So currently $1.5 million, and we are fluid for all 446,000 tokens. You never see that in the crypto space. Why is that happening here? Because we have a self-funding ecosystem. Because every day you guys are engaged in this app. Because every day you guys are engaged in the ecosystem. Because it was built the right way. So that market value that you see right there is a beautiful thing. Because once this pool is fluid, it's only got one way to go, and that's up. And it won't come down like your normal volatile crypto projects. And so this is, you guys, we're in an amazing position. Every time I look at this, I get really excited. I told some guys yesterday, like, I am so excited. Like, I can't wait to share this with people because you guys look at that market value and think, oh God, it's low. I'm just going to wait. I'll submit, when the price comes back up. Hello, you guys, take a look at that calculator. It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. That's what happens when you build a real, genuine crypto project. There's no rug pull here. There's no community who goes in and creates the pairs and deposits it into the pool to pull whenever you want to. There was no pre-sale of these tokens outside of the liquidity raise, which it raised $100,000 and $100,000 was listed with the pool with that 100,000 MoveQuest. And that was 2 weeks prior. The minute you get involved in our project, you've got to use the MoveQuest. You have to have MoveQuest to lease. You have to have MoveQuest to mint. You have to have the MoveQuest even for the hatchery, because anybody can come in and do the hatchery, right? They don't have to already be mining. All they have to do is connect their wallet, deposit, go by the MoveQuest, deposit, hatch your miners from the incubator, plug them in, and start moving. So we've got 3 ways for people to get started. So I guess what I'm excited about, you guys, is that when you look at this liquidity pool, we have got a very, very powerful pool. We have sufficient liquidity depth, which is what you need to, have a solid pool. So you have a healthy buyer seller's market. We have balanced circulation. Over 50% of the supply is in contracts. That means that there's no selling pressure, and that is reducing that overselling pressure. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but that's starting to taper down a bit. And that's because you guys are using that hatchery, which is an amazing thing. So we've got that scarcity factor. Now, when you start building, you guys are going to see that market value shoot to the roof. It's going to go past the $100 mark. It's going to go over what you've already seen. It's got the potential to do more than what Bitcoin is at right now with less than a couple 100,000 people in this community. So while you think that only mining a half of a MoveQuest or a MoveQuest a day isn't worth your time, you will kick yourself down the road when this does go viral, and it will. We've got so many things in the works. Is it going to happen tomorrow? Is it going to happen in a month or 3 months from now? I'm telling you, it's happening just from the connections we're making and the things that we have set up that are coming. The different companies that are coming on board, the different organizations that we're working with. This is a very solid project. So I really wanted to go over that. We're going to we need to really increase our marketing, right? We got to get that up so that we start to see that demand for that token. There's not many in circulation, you guys. It doesn't take much. And we're going to continue to enhance the utility of the MoveQuest. Okay, we've got a lot of things coming still that aren't even done yet. We've got the leasing, you've got the marketplace, you've got the challenges, we've got, the metaverse that's going to be coming in. We've got the badges, we've got the arenas, we've got the trophies, we've got the boosts, we've got all kinds of things that are going to be involved in this app. So it's very heavy utility use case here. And we need to focus on awareness and adoption. We've really got to start figuring out how it is that we attract these new users. So with the latest election that we just had, you guys all know pretty much where I stand on that one, so we don't have to go into the politics side of it. But the one thing that I am really excited about is Robert Kennedy, who's heading off the, Make America Healthy Again. And I haven't really done research on a global level. I have, but not, I have it more in my head here for the United States, obviously. I don't know if you guys are aware that 74% of our population are either obese or overweight. And then 10% of that 74% are severely obese or are suffering from severe obesity. You've got, was it 26%? I think it was. Yeah, 20. Okay, so 26% of the population are normal, what they would consider normal weight. But here's what's terrible. 74% of the population here in the United States are not healthy. They're not healthy. And you're not going to lose your weight with Weight Watchers or Ozempic or Wegovy and all this other stuff. Why? Because they don't motivate you to do a lifestyle change. You've got to get more active. You've got to become more physically fit. You have to have something that motivates you. You have to have something that incentivizes you. That is what MoveQuest does. And so I love it that with this new administration coming in, that is one of their focuses. So I think it's going to make it very easy because I think people are going to become more health conscious, and I think that this app, we've got so many people, we have hundreds of people here who will tell you they've lost weight, they're keeping that weight off, they feel better, they feel healthier. And when you start feeling better, when you start feeling healthier, you start eating better, you start paying attention to what's coming into your body, you start paying attention to that, body change that's taking place from being physically active. You just have to start. This is motivating for people. This token isn't going to stay at $13 for long. It's actually, I like seeing it this way, and I have to tell you why. Because it makes us able to get to that fluid level faster. Because when we were sitting at that $100 mark, we were talking $22 million to be fluid. And while we like to see that high market value on that token, it really ain't that pretty. Yeah, it looks good for your, quick sells, but it's not good long term. You want to see that liquidity pool as close to fluid as you possibly can, because then you can continue with that self-sustaining ecosystem. Think about it. Every time somebody submits or claims or docs or mints or mines and evolves, all these things that you're doing within the app, it's just liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. It just keeps padding it, padding it, padding it, padding it. And it keeps it stable. It keeps it healthy and healthier than any crypto project on the market. I'm going to do some research on some of them tonight just so I can give you guys some ideas, but I like this price. And you guys should all like that price too. It's a great place to get people started at. It's a great place to really pad in that liquidity and pad your future, secure your financial future with the MoveQuest project, because you don't have to worry about that heavy volatility. This is all we need to be fluid. That's pretty significant. And this is what we need to be fluid if you want to count what's in the hatchery and, as you guys claim them and as you sell them. So I think that through the proof of our ecosystem, through the proof of this project, through its complete decentralization, completely community driven, you're in complete control. Nobody is managing. I had to laugh because somebody in one of the WhatsApp groups said something, oh, I can't claim my tokens today. What did they do? Shut off the tokens or something like that. I just had to laugh. I'm like, okay, that doesn't exist here. We are not your typical project. We are completely decentralized. You don't need me here. You don't need me here for you to operate this project. I could walk away tomorrow and it's still here working for you because it's all managed on the blockchain. Everything is on chain. Even if the app and the website, you don't need that. You don't even need the website. You just need the contracts. And we haven't taught you guys how to do all that yet because I don't want to confuse people, but we will. We'll teach you how to do that. This can't get shut down. It's on chain. They literally have to take the blockchain down. But anyway, knowing that diets and all of these things fail people, and I think with the new, mindset, people wanting to become more healthy, they want to eat better. Plus, I mean, you're going to live longer. And if you're going to live longer, don't you want to make some really good money in the crypto space? But we motivate and we incentivize people. And I think we really should use the holidays. I've got some ideas. So on tomorrow at 4, when you guys come to that call, if you guys have some ideas too, some marketing ideas, what ways that you think we can get people motivated, get them started. I mean, maybe we do a weight loss challenge. I'll I'll buy miners for the first 50 people if they want to do a weight loss challenge. Send in, your before pictures and see some after pictures. We can get some testimonials that way. I just want to start making people healthy. So you see people get, feeling better, learn about crypto. And we've got the proof here. Our ecosystem works. Not only that, but so does our app. It motivates people. I've also been talking to a nutritionist and a health trainer, fitness trainer, and they're going to be coming on board. They're going to start working with our community so our community can start getting engaged more actively. Start giving us more tips on how to eat better, how to make your body look better. Like me, I want a butt. I've never had a butt. I want a butt. I need them glutes to have some muscle behind them. So that's what I'm working on. Well, that's my goal so that we can start setting goals for ourselves and then start reaching them. And, you know, throw away the diets, the Jenny Craigs and the Weight Watchers and, the WeGo V and Ozempic and all that stuff and just start moving more. It works. It really works. It's just about adhering to your goals, making that lifestyle change. And we give you the motivation and the incentivation right here, just through the crypto project. So pretty much, you guys, that's all I wanted to share tonight. I'm really excited about where this liquidity pool is at. And I want you guys to be excited about this. I want you guys to understand that this is powerful. It might only be $13, but you go find me a project that's been on the market for only 4 months, that's almost fluid, and is at $13. You won't find one, I'm pretty sure. I want somebody to try to find me one. I've looked, but I haven't had time lately to really go look. But if anybody knows of one, and this is a good pool for only 4 months, we've got what, 3,400 people that are submitting right now. We really need to beep that up. So those of you guys that have shared it with other people who have minted those miners and aren't submitting, you really need to get back with them and explain to them. This is not the time that they don't want to be submitting. This is the most MoveQuest you're ever going to get. Not to mention that reserve is only here for the first year, right? Because then we go into full distribution. And so all of that banked MoveQuest and that reserve contract for all of you who've been mining double what you're getting right now, you got to remember you've got another 50% banked that you're going to be claiming here not too far down the road. And so you got to remember that too. And so these people who are in the community and they have minted miners, they're not submitting, they are leaving a lot of money on the table in the future. So that's my excitement. I'm just super excited about these numbers. I know Mike Beal was telling me, I'm going to be on that call. I can't wait to hear what you're excited about. I get excited about silly things, but to me, this is like something to get excited about. I love running numbers and seeing them when they look like this. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful thing. But that's what I got tonight, you guys.
All right, Mr. Lynette, I have a quick question. A comment and a question. I'll start with, as far as your call, because I know you sent a message earlier, is it going to be on Wednesday or Thursday? Is it going to be tomorrow at 4?
It's going to be on Wednesday, like we were.
Okay.
I'm so mixed up this week. I don't know if it was the holiday or what the heck, but like tonight, I'm thinking, okay, I got till 7 o'clock. I can run to the store quick. And then I'm like, oh shoot, it's actually 9 o'clock right now. I had to turn around and get back here.
All right.
So yeah, tomorrow at 4
Right
Eastern.
here, same link, same everything, 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Wednesday. So the events calendar in Discord is accurate. We'll be right here for another update from Lynette. That was the question. Now, the comment. Just so you will be aware, I have seen and even received some direct ones of some individuals that are willing to donate you their butt or a piece of.
Ah, that's so funny. I
Or
love
what
it.
have you. So that is available for you. Ken, Brandon, anyone else have anything to add this evening? Those are some definitely great to have the clarification to be able to actually see what's going on behind the scenes and what makes this different. Because it's truly different, and I understand people that's been in the crypto space, for a while, seen a lot of different things, but you haven't been under the hood where you're actually having the people or the person behind the scenes that's actually going through and showing you all this information is actually on the blockchain right now, where you can go see it on chain, but most people right now aren't able to go and decipher what all of that looks like. She's just simplifying the process or what have you, but you can go fact check everything that she's saying. Transparency beyond belief as far as this project is concerned. So the infrastructure is stable, but it's a community-driven project. Yes, the development team behind the project is going to be working to advertise and get more information out and things like that. But this is a community-driven project. We are the ones that determine the success, failure, and timing of the value increase of the assets within this ecosystem. We're used to somebody else taking care of everything for us, and we just sit back with the desire to reap the benefits. We have the ability to put forth the effort to have an impact on how this moves. If a small number of people are doing it, get a small amount of success that may take a little bit longer. If we all collectively put forth the effort to engage, enhance this platform, we all see the benefits in greater abundance in a shorter period of time. That's my challenge to you. If this is a project that you truly have interest in, let's take care of it like it's home. Let's make it home. It is home. Doesn't mean you can't go do a few other things in the crypto space, diversify, all for it. But guess what? This is one of those projects that's a staple. Not only are you working on your wealth, you're enhancing your health, and that's a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle platform. Everything you need is in it. It qualifies as one of those that you coddle, that you nurture and protect. Treat it that way. Ken?
Man, I don't want to follow you up tonight, man. I don't want to follow you up. That was incredible. Yeah. I don't have a lot, but there's one thing I do want to mention, and I think that sticks out. Now that I'm kind of been listening to the net, I've kind of stepped back the last 24 hours. Just been looking at everything in the space and where we're at, and I was watching one of these gurus, do an interview today, and he was talking about the timeline, the Bitcoin timeline, and what it had established for the peer-to-peer community early on, and that peer-to-peer community, he was blaming the peer-to-peer community for the infighting and the FUD and succumbing to all the things that we look back now on today and it's like none of it was true. Bitcoin was what the blockchain protocol said it was. It was made for the people, peer to peer, by the people, to take us away from the system of usury and debt and just what it is, right? So, and then you look at what we just heard tonight. We're here we are, peer to peer, something built for the people, by the people. And we have a chance to keep all that FUD and all those distractions and all that stuff, all that infighting and all the egos and all the stuff. You just put it all aside and realize what you have here. we got to really realize what we got here. We got something really, really, and we've been saying it, it's unprecedented, it's special, all those things we've been saying. But you're going to look back a year from now and really see it because Lynette is she's the numbers guru, and I know she's salivating for a year to go by with us operating with this platform and everything falling in place. She's going to change so many lives. We're going to all go out there and do it with her. And I'm just looking forward to it, man. So yeah, we're in the right place, right time. And here we go with the stuff we hear all the time. But for some reason, not for some reason, because I'm seeing that history has a way of repeating itself. And it took one person like Lynette Orton to say, hey, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it for the people, the way it's supposed to be done. And no matter what, I'm gonna strive and go through the ups and downs and all this stuff that has to go on to get through it and find the right people, and whether some fall off or some stay, whatever. She's just horse with blinders on, right? Finishing the race. So here we are, man. I'm excited, thrilled to be a part of this platform, like I always say. And yeah, finally, finally, you can say, like you said, Herschel, you found a home in crypto. And if this is your first deal, oh my gosh, I envy you. I envy you. I really do. But yeah, that's all I got, Herschel, man. Appreciate it
And
as
just keep
usual.
this in mind. We're getting close to the Christmas holidays, right? Everybody's going to be going out shopping, looking for Christmas gifts and things of that nature. Don't lose sight of the value
Mm-hmm.
of giving someone a minor for Christmas. Whether you want to call it a stocking stuffer, a digital stocking stuffer, or something that you know will allow impact someone beyond just Christmas Day in the short term, something that they're going to throw and put in the closet or whatever the case is, something that they can actually earn with, not only financially, but they could actually help them and motivate them. Some people have friends and family that, man, they need to lose some weight. Ooh, you've been sick all the time. I know you're not exercising. You're not getting your blood flowing. Your circulation's bad. You're diabetic. All this kind of stuff. Well, check this out. Give them a gift that will help them without you telling them that they need to do that. Give them a gift that may just help incentivize them to go move a little bit more and so that they can be here next Christmas to celebrate it again with you. That's all I have. Everyone, we thank you for being here with us. We will see you again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern on the same link. Good night, everybody.